So welcome to Tri4fitness. Now we've done the warm-up section, so now moving into how to stabilise through your core, getting that to fire, so your core, your deep tone muscle group, okay? So it's every muscle group underneath your abdominis. So what got people to around and think that your abs is your core, that's incorrect. It's your muscles underneath that, your deep muscles, okay? They consist of psoas or hip flexors, your pelvic floor, and your TVA and your rectus spine, which are your back muscles, are the main ones really. And this is the ones we're going to work through today. I'm going to start with mobilising the spine a bit more into what's called a cat-camel. So onto your hands and knees, make sure your knees are shoulder apart and your hand underneath you. Chin into your neck, suck the tummy in, take it all the way up into a high curve. And slowly unravel, head goes into a neutral position. Any stress to the neck, come up again, right to the top, high as you can up that high curve, and level. Just two more, just get working in thighs for a minute. One. Sit back onto the heels, put some length a little bit for our front of our thighs, try to get our bottom to our heels, and go into a very light cobra. Again, build your range. Some people's range is completely different than others, so walk your fingertips forward, and lightly drop your hips into the floor and look up. What you feel a stretch through your middle here. That again a couple of times, again bring your arms back, sit back onto your heels, your fingertips forward, and all the time. So again you're breathing, try to hold breath, try and breathe normally throughout the movement, and do nice breaths in, nice breaths out. Okay, from here we go straight into a press-up position. We'll go press-ups on our knees, it's only a warm-up anyway. So on our knees, drop our hips and lightly into a press-up. Just warm our chest a little bit, elevate heart rate a tiny bit, get a little bit warmer. Two more. Okay, lie onto your front. Bring your arms into a right angle, head looking down. We're now going to mobilise into our back, get our back fired a little bit, so squeeze the bottom, keep your hands down, feet down, and peel the chest out. So come back down, nice deep breath. Breathe out at the top. Keep going. On this, we're looking for about 10 repetitions now. So as you lift up, feel contraction through your lower back here. Just do two more. One. Okay, and we're then going to go back to the press-ups again onto your knees. And back to the back extension, but this time we can change the variations. So in the variation, we can bring our legs into place, which we're going to do. We can bring our arms into place. We can change the variation. So we're going to do this, so squeeze our bottom. Lift our legs, this time to activate, chest, then arms. Now a little breath stroke in there as well if you want to, come back down. Nice deep breath, legs, chest, arms. Again, no holding your breath. Because it's just a showcase, it's going to be a few reps of these and then moving on. Let's do 2 more. Again, look at 10 really. One. Okay, so different variations there. And then I'll move over into a side plank position. So the variation on the side plank, we're going to do a bent leg to start with. Make sure that elbow is underneath your shoulder blade, so underneath your shoulder here. This knees back in a nice line, so a nice line throughout your body, up into the side plank, bring the arm up. Going to hold this for about 20 seconds normally. We'll just do 10 seconds today, and normally about 20 seconds we hold it for. Okay, the other variation you can do is you go into that straight leg position, so, or if you're comfortable, you can take the leg up into extension of the leg out. Okay, it's different variations for the side plank. We do both sides so we're even. Just roll over to the other side, bend that leg back, side plank. So yeah, same variations. You can do the straight leg, split leg. You can choose which leg you want to do. Okay, and we're ready to go now for going on to our back. So the classics, the leg slide we're going to start with. We'll start with our legs in the tabletop position. Arms crucifix. In a minute I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to create that high curve on our back here so I can get my hand just about in there and let it zip up. So I'm zipping up my tummy, squeezing my muscles together, and then from there I'm just going to do an alternating leg slide. Again, breathing through the movement all the time, no holding your breath. So you can do variations, you can do 2-legged leg slides. You bring your arms to play if you're coordinated, do alternating leg slides. Arm and leg. And they're at different degrees, level of difficulty. And then you do double arm and leg together. A little bit harder again. Making sure whatever level you choose, the form must stay. Again, like I said from the start, this is why our class is generally small base classes of 6 to 8, so we can make sure technique's done correctly. As you can see, there's no collapse in my spine as I extend out. Okay, bring your knees to your chest. Just a little bit of a walk side to side. And just a little ball roll, just roll yourself up, take your time, just a little ball roll, nice for your spine. Don't stress at all, take your time to roll up, and then try and roll up to sit in that position. Okay, now we're going to go to the row backs. Again, we'll go through the variations, and we'll start with your knees in that bent position. Try and stay nice and tall. If you find that your back here is going to hurt your lower back, try and keep your chest as close to your thighs as possible. If you need to, just bring your knees down a bit lower and bring yourself forward. So you can choose what position you want to go into. Okay, so we're going to start with this position here first, in that nice tall position, and I'm sat on my little tailbone, on coccyx, the tailbone here. My chin goes into my neck, I suck my tummy in, I'm going to roll down, I'm just going to take it to the halfway point, which is here. And this is where you need to change the inclination of your hips. So you roll in for your hips on your seat bone and you lift that chest. There must be that rotation through the hips to do this exercise correctly. Chin to your neck, roll down to halfway, roll for your hip bones, and then bring yourself back up. Okay, just do a couple and a half. If you find this is too easy, then go to the next stage, which is 3/4 to roll back. Chin into your neck, come down into that 3/4 position, roll for your seat bones, lift that chest. Okay, continue a few of this one if this is okay for you. So you're always working with your levels you're comfortable with. Whether you've done Pilates before, complete beginner, intermediate, you always work with your level. Okay, and the last one you take it all the way down. Do a little circle with the arms, a little stretch. You plant your back into the floor and you start working your way back up. Chin into your neck, come up, seat bones the same for 3/4 and half, lift that chest, bring yourself back up. Do another full one. Into your neck and down. Circle your arms around, lower back now is off the floor. Touch that lower back into the floor. Start coming up, chin into your neck, lift. Nice high chest, roll for your seat bones. Okay, and then finally we'll then go with straight legs. Same thing, we'll just do this in a half position. Lift the chest for your quarter position. Lift the chest, or all the way down. Making sure you keep that good form throughout the movement. Keeping those kitchen points not going over. Go back in, lift that chest. Through your seat bones, nice and tall. Okay, arm variations. So your arms up high, a lot harder. And down, we'll do a few of these. Keep your arms in that position as you bring yourself back up. Okay, you can choose what you're going to do. Take your arms to here, you can do circles. And throughout the class, that's what we tend to do. We change the adaptation, so obviously it gets a little bit harder, more challenging, and get the best out of Pilates. Okay, from here we're going to go into leg scissors. Depending how tight your hamstrings are will determine on where your position is, but it's most important that it must be over your hips. So legs into that straight position, into a straight leg scissor position. You can move over to the side so you can see it clearly. So legs straight, like so. Okay. If you have a slight bend, so I've got slight tight hamstrings, naturally your knees will bend slightly. You choose your level. The important thing is these legs will be over your hips. Arms down, arms crucifix, and just drop one leg, then the other, keeping the other one still. So alternating leg scissors. You can do just working on one side. Change. Okay, from here, just go up. If you feel a bit of tension, just go up and reset the legs. Okay, bring your arms into play. Alternating leg scissors with arm and leg. You again, choose a level you feel comfortable with. You can go double leg, so just bring yourself down. Keeping that back into the floor, bring it back in. Both legs down. Bring that lower back into the floor and back in. Okay, a few variations for the leg scissors. With the leg scissors, like I said, your back is slightly imprinted into the floor. A lot different than the leg slide. From here, we're going to move into the 100. We're going to bring our legs back to tabletop. Nice one to complement with the leg scissor. Arms crucifix. You can start with that back off the floor and even lightly touch the back into the floor. Take your head off, into your neck, your chin, and then start pulses. So a rocking mechanism through your shoulders. You're breathing as you walk. Breathing as you walk. Counting 100. Okay. There's variations to this one as well. Extend the legs out. Makes it a little bit harder. Fundamentally, all you're doing is rocking your shoulders and counting 100. Making sure that back isn't pushing too hard into the floor. You're bracing for your tummy here, so you get your abdominals to work on this one. And a few Pilates exercise it does. Alright, into counting 100. Hence why it's called the 100. We're then going to spinal mobilism. So mobilising through the spine, you take your knees over to one side and look the opposite direction. That's opening up through the middle part of your lower back. Really good one if you have lower back pain. And take it to the other side. We tend to put these mobilising ones in just to reduce the stress for our lower backs. So a few each side. Make sure you look the opposite direction to the knees. Just do one more. Okay, I'm going to move to heel drops next. Legs in the tabletop. Neutral position again. So this time lower back again off the floor, zipping out for our tummy. And just alternating leg slide. So dropping the heel. So you keep the heel, this position through your knee the same, and just drop the heel. Okay, so a slightly lighter version of the leg slide really. You can do two-legged heel drops. Same with the leg slide, bring your arms to play, alternate. Make sure you keep everyone still. And you can do doubles. There's lots of variations we do within our classes. You can do a little hold, back down, hold, and back down, up. So choose what you want to do with that one. We then move into shoulder bridge. So it's just a showcase of our class. Arms crucifix, and this one you very high neutral curve, so you want to be able to get that nice room and in the lower backs here. We're going to focus on rolling forward hips. It's crucial that your hips are doing the work for the first count that I'll count you through. So I like to count just so you know your hips are moving. So 1, 2, start moving those hips. 3, 4, 5. Your back's now into the floor and still continue to roll the hips. 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're coming off the floor, yeah? 10, up to the top. Returning up for the hips, squeezing up for your bottom. So this is the classic shoulder bridge. So you're bracing through your pelvic floor on this one. So obviously a lot of people do this for pregnancy as well. Squeezing through your bottom, engaging your core. So from here there's variations you can do. You can take your hands off. A little bit harder, you can extend one leg out. Obviously in the crucifix position is probably the best way to start, or your hands off, make it a little bit harder. And keep your arms in crucifix to go through the variations. You can do extensions through the leg, do straight leg extensions, circles. Keep in that high position. Feel your hips drop at any time, readjust, slide your heel back and forth. Taps. These are all variations we do in our classes. Toe tap. Okay, circle out, circle in, circle out, circle in. Right, all the time maintaining the basics of that shoulder bridge. So I'm going through the shoulder bridge one more time. It's key. Open the hips out. Create that curve in your spine. Arms crucifix, rolling through the hips. Turn, turn, turn. Till your back's into the floor. Keep turning. Turn, turn, turn. Keep turning, keep turning. Right up into your bottom. And back into your bridge. That's the shoulder bridge. Now we're going to the book. It's a good way to open up through your chest now. So your legs into a book shape. So both legs are bent here. Sometimes it's nice to put a ball between your legs there to stabilise through your hips. Hands on top. Take that top hand over the top. And you're mobilising now the middle of your back. It's a part of your back that's neglected. Alright, it's called your thoracic part of your back. It must be mobilised as well as your lower. Put your arms over. Just do a few on the other side. Move over here, and then we just turn around. So, and then mobilise the other side. Okay, going to move over on back onto our front, so just do a few variations on our front now. The first one is what I call X shape or starfish. So you can bring your arms length into an X shape, and this is a quad or front leg strengthener, and also mobilising through your chest and shoulder. So you lift your opposite arm to leg, up and down for 10, or 5 reps you can choose. And do the same on the other side. Nice straight arm and leg. Then we've got the swan dive, bring our arms back behind us. This is for our lower part of the back. Nice deep breath. Lift our legs, chest and arms. So you feel a bit lengthy through your tummy again. Nice deep breath. Legs, chest, arms. Throughout all of this, we're not holding breath. A couple more. Again, I'm just going up to my range. Just do one more. Okay, I'm going to just stretch out our lower backs a bit more. So we're going to sit back onto our heels. Take our hands out nice and wide. Take that right hand over to left and further stretch down the side of here. And change the same other side. And again, trying to get our heels to our bottoms. Let's do a couple more. Normally spend a few more seconds doing this, take your time with this one. So I'm just showcasing it, just going over what we do in the class. Back onto our hands and knees. Again, another good lower back exercise. It's called turning hips. Make sure your hands are under your shoulders. Like I said, you can start, I am more of a back leg Pilates instructor. Take your hips over to one side and then look over the same shoulder. Whatever your way your hips go, look over the same shoulder. So I'm going to turn my hips round to the other side, over that shoulder. Just keep changing one to the next. Okay, and we're going to move now into the plank. Now, planks tend to be done incorrectly most of the time. And it's more of an upper body shoulder hold than actually working what we're trying to do, which is our abdominals. Tend to start in that flat position with our feet shoulder apart. We'll slowly take our hips off the floor and take ourselves up into a knee plank. So our body should be level. To activate any plank, we squeeze our bottoms. So squeeze really hard on our bottom to engage. If you're comfortable in this position, the next stage, take the legs up into a straight position. Again, feet shoulder apart, squeeze your bottom, making sure your shoulder blades are squeezed together. So you're not taking the weight on the upper back. We squeeze hard, we do taps, so toe taps. We do Spider-Man. Breathe one more time, making sure we keep that hip alignment in our backs. We do hand taps. We're looking for about 20 to 30 seconds with these variations. You can do both, tap your arm and leg. But all these are done with control, squeezing the bottom and your core. Bring yourself down. Now let's stretch back again. Okay, that's a quick showcase of our Pilates classes. Hope you enjoyed that. Try some of the variations, come along to a class you want to by direct messaging me, and speak soon. Cheers.